out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling Podcast with your host, Logan and...
Hayden.
And we bring you another episode where I need to talk to you about Seth freaking Rollins. He came back officially, and now he is terrorizing the Vision, even though the Vision is a little bit wounded right now, but he's terrorizing them nonetheless. And he stomped Paul Heyman into the dirt, so pretty big return for Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like the whole attacking Heyman from behind. I like having all the extra guys. That was pretty funny. The masked men.
Yeah, they just send one masked man comes out, gets rid of Adam Pearce. Another one comes out, gets rid of Logan Paul, gets rid of Theory.
I do like the Seth, the way that it looks like he's going now, more serious.
He's still going to have the flamboyant outfits because that's who he is, but...
I don't know. I heard they might be going a different direction.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Yeah, like he might be...
I don't know. I feel like that's part of his thing now. He should always have the flamboyant outfits.
I think they're tailoring it back, and he's going to be more like...
When he was the Beast Slayer?
Yeah, it's in that vein. Somewhere in that area. Architect-y type guy.
Okay.
I mean, he got rid of the streak in his hair, all the blonde.
I think there's still a little bit at the bottom, like at the very tip of the hair.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I think he's going more serious character now for a while. I don't know if it'll be forever.
I like the blonde
for now.
in the hair.
So yeah, I'm liking that story. Took out Paul, and then he gets put in the ambulance, and it's LA Knight driving the ambulance.
That was pretty good. I did see a lot of people saying that opening 20 minutes felt like it was the most Attitude Era that they've been in a while.
Yeah. I kept seeing things about like the buckle up Teddy.
Yeah, definitely.
Buckle up Teddy. But yeah, it was pretty good. I like that.
But
hopefully they can get Braun back to do a story because I don't know if...
Yeah, too bad you can't have Paul Heyman do the story.
Yeah. But
it seems like they're loading up a Logan Paul Seth Rollins thing, but maybe Braun can
I think
get
they're just loading it up for just in case.
Yeah.
Because that's probably where they're going to go.
If Braun can't get back. Yeah. But that wasn't the biggest story that coming out of Monday Night Raw. I think the biggest story coming out of Monday Night Raw was Danhausen. Very nice, very evil.
I like how everyone overreacted to
Oh, yeah. Of course, everybody overreacted. Now they all love him.
And now everybody loves him.
Yeah, because it was such a good segment.
He does one backstage segment.
He comes
now
up.
Everybody loves the guy.
So for anybody that didn't see the segment, he comes up back. Adam Pearce is on the phone backstage, and Danhausen comes up to him with a list of demands, and he hands Demandhausen's, and he comes up and he hands it to him, but the paper's all soggy because he dropped it in the toilet on accident. And so he hands it to him, and he says, "I want a blimp." He's been looking for that blimp for years, and he wants one of those cool Triple H point pictures, which he did get. He got that.
Yep.
There was a picture of it. And he wants to be inducted in the Hall of Fame this year.
I agree. Should be.
And he also wants. Well, he wanted Dom's Intercontinental title. He said that's nice. I want that.
Yeah.
And then Dom said no, and he cursed him. And then Dom goes and loses the championship right after. So I think if they do this right, and Danhausen starts cursing people, and they actually it affects them, I think that could be really, really good.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Danhausen.
I know. Yeah.
To have that curse. It's funny because the curse is nothing.
Yeah, it's not a real curse.
It says you're cursed, but then when you do things that now
make it believable.
Joke is it real?
Yeah, does he have superpowers?
Really
I mean, he lived in a crate for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's now you're building that believability to the character. That's the whole point. That's why I don't get why people freaked out so much on the debut.
Well, you know why they freaked out, because they built it up in their head thinking it was going to be somebody else, and it was Danhausen.
But that's why you get all the people that were like, "Oh, why is he on the main roster over all these other guys and go down to NXT?" Because he's not a serious.
Although Danhausen Joe Hendry stuff would be pretty funny.
That's right where he fits. He is not going to come in and he's not going to be fighting for the world title. It's Danhausen. He doesn't need to go do his craft down in NXT before
He already
comes
did
up.
that in Ring of Honor and all the independent stuff. And
He isn't in there to wrestle much. He's for comedy. He's like R-Truth. He's like Santino Marella was. He's like all these guys. I mean, and that's what makes the curse funny because there's no way to prove if he's really cursed or not.
True. He just lost.
Like there's no proof. And it's the gimmicks where you suspend your disbelief because it's funny that work in WWE and in wrestling in general. Why was the Cobra funny? Because they played it like he actually like was deadly.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Why was the list funny? Because when you got put on the list, you freaked out.
Punk, he
like it actually
referenced
meant anything. Yeah, but it's like those, like Joe Hendry coming out of stuff every time you say
out of the
name.
fridge, yeah.
But he just showed up in my living room. That was freaking weird. Just open the door. But that is funny, and that's obviously you have to suspend your disbelief for these kind of things. But that's what wrestling is.
This is what wrestling. Yeah, this is wrestling at its best.
All of wrestling is suspending your disbelief.
This is wrestling at its best. You need some of this stuff. Like you can't just have a. There's a reason Ring of Honor hasn't taken off into the national scene. You need some comedy, some levity, some other than alongside the great wrestling and the great storytelling.
Wrestling. All wrestling is suspending your disbelief that this is real. This is everything you're watching is in its own pocket universe of like a TV show, where this stuff is happening to these characters and everything that's happening is real. If you do that, you'll enjoy most all of wrestling. But now we got all these people nowadays that all they do is take everything so serious. Wrestling is not a serious thing. It's supposed to be funny. It has its serious moments, but it's the levity of the other stuff that makes those moments more impactful. If everything was just serious all the time, why do you think Timeless Tony Storm works in AEW? Because she makes it serious because she's a great wrestler, but the characters are what makes the wrestlers. Like you can be a great wrestler, you have to have a good character, and the character can be yourself. You don't have to be a plumber. You don't have to be the dead man.
Like Javon Evans. Javon Evans is himself, and he's funny.
Yes, but that's a good character. That he's not just he's like one of the things that they hurt Ricochet so bad for.
He had no personality.
He did flippy moves in the ring, and then nothing else happened. Like the big difference of the way they're building up Javon Evans and the way they're building up Ricochet is you can see it. They're building up Javon Evans' character. He's crazy. And he's bouncy. And he don't care what you think about him. That's his character. They're building up Trick Williams like that.
Oh, yeah. Trick's on
They're
another
building
level.
his character. You have to have the character if you're going to do anything.
I did see that Danhausen.
You have to have the comedy character.
Danhausen showing up on SmackDown, so hopefully he gets a segment with like Cody or something. That'd be hilarious.
That's
or Drew.
Fine. I'm not sitting here going to think Danhausen's going to win the World Championship.
It'd be awesome.
But that's okay. Not every single wrestler is going to win the World Championship. You have your guys that need to be in the World Championship picture, and then you got guys like Truth, and you got guys like Danhausen, and you got those kind of guys, Otis and Tozawa. Now they can win a tag title if they let them, but you got to have those kind of characters to bring the levity down for the rest of the show. That's why Danhausen's going to be I think he'll be a very good character.
Oh, for sure. He's going to be super successful.
That character is funny. No matter what you think of the character in general, what the interactions he will have are going to make you laugh.
There's already reports
you can think it's the stupidest character in the world.
There's already reports that
he's just generally funny.
His T-shirt's already one of the top selling shirts in the company right now.
Yeah. So it was great, and you put him in what a genius segment. I don't give WWE a lot of credit. I think they do a lot of stupid things.
True.
And make a lot of stupid decisions in terms of booking.
They do. Yeah.
But putting Danhausen right up with Dom right away in the Judgment Day, pure
Yeah,
genius.
he had no idea who JD was.
Like, that was so smart to put him with Dom. Those are the kind of characters that will play off Danhausen, and that you're gonna laugh at
And
that interaction.
Finn's underrated funny. You don't really think of Finn
Finn's
as a
fine.
funny character, but Finn's funny.
But you're putting Dom in there, and he's gonna get that reaction you want from Danhausen. Because he's gonna blow him off like it doesn't even matter. And then what happens? He goes
Gets
out
cursed.
and loses to Penta. Which, congratulations to one of my favorite wrestlers,
Love Penta.
pulling out the Intercontinental, only the second ever masked man to win the Intercontinental title.
Which is just insane to think about.
So that was a big time moment for
Love
him.
Penta.
I loved it. So I hope this leads to big stuff. But that was a big time moment on Raw. The AJ stuff was good when she came out. She sounds like she's going to start doing some kind of open challenge.
Well, they're doing a gauntlet match next week to face her before WrestleMania. So they're going to have a match before WrestleMania, whoever wins that.
Gotcha. So I like what they're doing with her, and I thought that was a good segment. I thought the Roman Punk promo was amazing.
Yeah, the real I tease about the Danhausen segment. It was very nice. It was very evil, but the real story coming out of Monday Night Raw was Roman Reigns returning to Raw, only the first time since the night after Rumble, and he came down. He had the aura. He had the swag. He was wearing the hoodie with the jacket. He was looking clean, looking good, and he comes down, and as he's talking, Punk comes out, interrupts him immediately.
So rude.
I'm surprised he let him even say acknowledge me to the crowd. Punk comes down, and Punk's angry as always. He's hot. He's ready to go. And they get into a war of words where Roman's talking about how they only brought him back to sell merchandise and train the young guys and go on a retirement tour. And then Punk takes it a little bit too far at the end, as Punk tends to do. And he says,
this is one of the reasons I don't like Punk.
And he says he's going to bury him next to his father. My God.
Like, this is one of the reasons why Punk and MJF just don't do it for me in terms of promos, which everyone loves their promos, and I'm not saying that they're bad promos.
I thought it was cool.
People love their, but like these kind of things, like I just don't get. I don't get it. What? There's no in what universe is someone going to tell you that to your face, and then you're just going to let them walk away, like a mic drop moment?
Well, he got out of there quick because he was worried.
That's not. No, I don't like that. I don't like when MJF does it to people. There was I don't care. It could have been. I'm not saying it was off book.
No, I'm sure Roman let him say that.
I'm sure that they talked about it before. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he came up with it in the moment, said it.
That'd be kind of wild for him to say that off book.
Whatever. It's Punk. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, I'm just like, that's the kind of thing. Punk and MJF are those kind of guys that they'll go that far. Now, the thing about Punk that bothers me on all his promos is that he thinks he's spitting facts, and really it's just a forced perspective of CM Punk's agenda. And that's what I've always not liked about Punk. He pretends like he's fighting for the people when he's just really just talking about all of his problems. That's what I hate about it.
No, I don't know.
It's the same thing MJF does when he talks about people. He talks about, when he's always complaining about stuff, he's always complaining about everybody else's problem. Like, it pretends like it's everybody's problems, and it's really just all he cares about is what he's doing. And I think mostly I don't like it because I know that's probably how those guys are in real life.
Yeah, probably.
And it annoys me. And it annoys me mostly because I think that these guys get labeled as the greatest promo guys ever
because they say real things.
And I think that being a dick doesn't make you a good promo guy. Like, I don't think that's what it takes. Just because you said something that seems, ooh, I don't think that's like. That's why I never liked the pipe bomb is what it is. Everyone loves it. It's one of the greatest moments in WWE history. You're never going to get me to agree with that. I think it was just a whiny little baby crying about everything, and he said some things that no people say are supposed to say, and then that's why people loved
It
it.
made it famous, yeah.
And that's fine. I think that's just being a whiny little baby and annoying. And MJF does the same stuff, like when he called his boss a mark on live TV
Classic.
and told him to
That's
F
a
and
that's a
fire.
meme, yeah.
Like, I get it. I get what you're doing, and I get why people love that. To me, you just look like a whiny little baby and a child. And so you're just never going to get me to like that kind of stuff.
All right. I
And
mean,
so
yeah.
when he says the to bury you next to your father, I think that was way too out. Like, nothing Roman Reigns said deserved that kind of response. All Roman Reigns said was that he's washed up old man, which is true. He's washed. Man, he was gassed out against Finn. They had a good match. I'm not saying it was a crap match or anything, but he was gassed
Yeah,
out.
he's been gassed every match he's had as defending the world
You
title.
can't tell me, and this bull crap where we're trying to pretend like he's still the best in the world, he's not even close. When he actually wrestles the real people that are at the top of the game, you can see the difference, and it's a mile away. He had those rivalries with Drew. Drew carried him. He had the rivalry with Seth. Seth carried him. I mean, you can't tell me, and I get it. Punk, I like Punk in terms of what he used to do in the ring, and I did think at one point he was probably the best guy in the world. That was 14 years ago, dude. And you're gonna get to main event WrestleMania this year,
Second year in a
and
row.
and don't tell me that it's not because of Roman Reigns. It's not just CM Punk in there
No, I
carrying
mean it
this
might be
match.
night one main event if it was just Punk, but
You tell me who was the guy that Roman beat in the Rumble?
what do
I forget
what do
now.
you mean?
Who did he beat in the Rumble?
Oh, I think Gunther was in there.
Yeah, it was Gunther. Okay, you're telling me Gunther Punk's main event in WrestleMania
Maybe night
night
one.
two? No, Roman Reigns is the man right now.
Yep.
I know people hate to think that sometimes, but he is the guy. Cena's gone now. He is the guy.
Over
So
Cody.
he's carrying this match. You want to know why this is going to main event and not Cody? Because Cody's not the quarterback. Roman
Ooh.
is.
I mean, Cody has
Roman just
merch that says
doesn't.
he is.
Roman just doesn't show up all the time because he doesn't have to. Because he's the man.
So you're
He
saying
doesn't need to be there every
so you're
week.
saying that the Roman match is bigger than the Brock Lesnar Mania match.
I'm saying, I'm saying, Roman Reigns is in a spot where you can watch these guys every week, and then when Roman comes out, the whole. Why was this Raw one of the best Raws of the
Because
year?
Roman was there.
Roman's there. He changes the entire perspective of the show, just like that. And I get the story they're telling, where Punk's all mad about Roman and thinks that Roman's keeping him down and blah 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 blah. But the fact that you went to there that quickly, like you had a feud with Rollins that was one of the most heated feuds we've ever had, and he never said anything like that.
Well, I
And
mean, Seth
now
doesn't
on
have any family
Roman,
that's dead, I guess.
okay, I don't care. I don't care. I'm saying you didn't. He didn't go after Becky in the terms of saying he's gonna. You're talking about burying a man next to his dead father.
His real life dead father.
Yes, it's not like this is like fake. So you had this heated feud with Seth that had legit reason to
Yeah,
be a heated
real,
feud.
really.
Never went there. So now I'm supposed to believe that you're so mad at Roman Reigns that you're going to go towards burying him next to his dead father.
Well, the only thing,
It just didn't make it. That jump there made no sense to me.
the only thing that I would argue allows it to make sense is there was some. I don't know if you've seen the footage of Roman walking after the show was over, and he's walking back up the ramp, and he's kind of talking to himself, doing the normal Roman thing where he's like trying to figure out his next move and everything, and then he just posted a video today, I think, as of recording this, and he just was like talking about something his dad told him one time, and basically what I think they did that line for is to wake Roman back up. This is now prime tribal chief. You woke up the menace. You woke up the man that terrorized the company. This is that Roman. I think that's the reason they put that line in there to wake Roman up and get him back into that mode, God mode, basically.
But he was there already. Like, did you think he wasn't there?
No, but I mean, ever since
I'm just saying.
he left after he got the tribal chief back from Solo, he hadn't really been the same kind of guy.
That's because he's not trying to carry the company.
I know, and maybe that line woke him back up to that mode of Roman, that mindset.
I just think it was a completely unnecessary line to throw in there.
It was definitely out of pocket.
It doesn't make sense. It's just for clicks. That's all. That's not all that kind of.
It got clicks, that's for sure.
So there's nothing. There's that. It just you. I just don't get the whole idea of what they try to do with that kind of stuff. Like if it was Punk that did it, or if it was you were the face. Is that how I want my face?
I mean, he's an anti-hero.
The world. I don't care. You're supposed to be the guy I'm cheering for, and now I want you to. I want Roman to win. I wanted him to win anyway, but
they'll
if
still
I was
cheer
a
for
Punk fan, yeah, obviously because he's a cult leader. It's his song.
It's a cult of personality.
He is a cult leader. It's his song. It just there's now in my mind it's switched. Roman's the face in this match. In my mind, there's no way to convince me he's not the face in this match. Punk's a heel and is annoying.
I did see
and a whiny heel.
I did see that people were making jokes about how Roman's gonna come after Larry next. He's gonna go.
Why'd you say that?
You remember when Cena went to that gravesite and he peed on the grave?
Yeah,
and that's what they said that Roman was gonna do to Larry's grave.
That's my other thing about those kind of lines. Like, if I was Roman, I would have said something back about anything.
I think he was just too shocked.
I would have said something about Larry. He just died. You call out Larry the dog and say whatever. I mean, whatever line you want to throw in there.
Punk might not take too kindly to that.
Yeah, because Punk,
he dishes it,
and that's the thing. It's about these guys. They dish all day long. As soon as someone attacks them, they cry like a little baby. It was the whole AEW stuff that happened to him.
Oh, not the AEW stuff.
What he goes out there on that stupid post show. I'm glad they don't do that anymore.
Well, he also, you remember the promo he had against Hangman, where he went off on him.
He went too hard because he felt like Heyman was going off script on him. It's just he does that stupid thing where he calls out everybody in the company basically, and acts like he's better than everybody else. And then when they come and retaliate, he cries like a little baby and pretends like he didn't do anything wrong.
This is why you're a huge Seth Rollins fan, because Seth Rollins told everybody that he was a cancer.
Because he is. He always has been. And I want Roman to walk into WrestleMania, beat the snot out of him.
Well, Roman's going to win for sure.
Make him bleed.
I hope they have blood.
Like a stuffed pig. And then have him lay there in the middle of the ring while Roman stands on
Roman's
top,
winning that match 100%. That's guaranteed. Because I think they're going to use that. They're going to use Roman as the world champion to build somebody at SummerSlam. Whether it's Oba or Trick or whoever it may be, it doesn't matter who it is. It's just or Braun Breaker, whoever it is.
It just annoys me. I'm sick of it.
Well, speaking of going for clicks, with Punk saying about the dead father thing, we had another thing happen on NXT that got a lot of clicks, and that was the return of Sol Ruka, making her impact felt in the world title match, the women's world title match, where she took out both Zarya and what's her face, Jade, JC, and hit a double soul snatcher on him, which was pretty cool. She kind of caught her leg on the ropes though,
awesome.
A little dangerous.
Yeah, she got it.
But yeah, she got it. And then she goes out and she grabs the title and she tells Zarya that she's gonna snatch her soul, basically. So
yeah, it looks like they're gonna probably do some kind of triple threat.
Oh yeah.
At the what's that one coming up? Stand and Deliver.
It is well, Stand and Deliver is their WrestleMania one, but they've also got this Saturday. They've got whatever it's called.
So they'll probably push that one out to stay delivered.
They got a pay-per-view coming up this Saturday.
Vengeance Day.
Vengeance Day. Yes, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Vengeance Day.
Yes.
You hear me?
Vengeance Day. Yes. We also had an impromptu North American title match where they were wrestling in their suits.
That was weird. I'm not sure what that was.
Well, it's kind of cool because it's really stupid when you have people start the show and they're already in their gear, and then a person comes out to interrupt them. They're in their gear, but there's clearly no match made. So when you see the next person come out that interrupts them, they're already in their gear. You're like, okay, we're getting a match. You just got to wait for the GM to come out. But this time you had Miles Bourne start the show in a suit, nice suit by the way. Although Booker was making fun of his suit because he said it ripped too easy, so it wasn't very expensive. That was pretty hilarious.
Booker would now.
But Miles comes out, he's celebrating with the championship, and then Ethan Page interrupts him, and they end up getting a match made by Rob Stone, makes the match, and they wrestle in their suits. They don't go back, they don't like go to commercial, they go get their gear on, they just go out and wrestle in the suit, which was a pretty cool idea. I liked it. It was different.
Yeah, it was different.
A little bit dangerous with the dress shoes, but still.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was fun.
Miles Bourne retains the title. Hits him. He did a cool thing where he ripped Ethan Page's pants off, which now people are saying they had the first male bra and panties match.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And Miles Bourne rips off Ethan Page's pants, and he uses it to distract the ref as he hits him with the shoe, and then hits the Bourne again for the win. So
nice. Yeah, that was a pretty good match.
NXT was a good show on NXT. We had Shayna Baszler return. She was shown in a video package training Kalani to get ready for the Underground
I thought that was
match.
A good little throwback.
Yeah.
So I thought that was nice.
Which is interesting. Now I wonder if Shayna is still like somewhat connected to the company, or if they just did a one-off thing with her.
Yeah, they might just ask her to come in and can you shoot this for us? Kind of make it seem legit.
Yeah.
So
she was getting ready for the Underground match. It was a good NXT episode, except for the main event. The main event segment was the Ricky Saints Experience thing, and he did kind of like a rock concert where he not a rock music concert, like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson concert, where he starts singing songs about trashing Joe Hendry and all kinds of stuff. And it just didn't. And then Joe Hendry's like there. He's like one of the people that is changing his guitars for him and everything. And he ends up hitting him with the guitar and stands tall. But then I think somebody comes out to help. Was it Ethan Page maybe? Somebody comes out, and then Miles Bourne comes out too, and they stand tall. But it was just it was a weird segment. I didn't like the main event as much as I liked the rest of the show.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, they're just trying to build up to this.
Yeah, and I like Ricky. Ricky's doing good stuff down there.
So.
I like this character he's got going on right now.
Yeah, it's working pretty good. It's good to help build up Joe Hendry with this kind of character.
Yeah, and obviously Joe's going to win this match. It'd be pretty pointless if you give him that big moment where he wins the title, and then a month later or 2 months later he loses it already.
Yeah, I don't know why you would take the title off.
But maybe this is a way to get get Ricky Saints WrestleMania Raw after WrestleMania debut or something.
Yeah, you make him lose to Hendry, and then you kind of build him up to bring him up to the main roster. So.
And he goes to SmackDown, teams up with Cody.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Speaking of SmackDown, we've got a WWE Championship match to get ready for. We got Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Who do you think's going to win that?
Well, everything I've been seeing, it looks like it's going to go back to Cody.
That's what I've been hearing too. I'm a little bit worried. I kind of want Drew to keep it.
I think they're going Cody, Randy, and Drew and Fatu.
I know that's kind of what I've been hearing too. Those are the heavy rumors right now.
This is just depressing.
I know. I feel like a Fatal 4-Way makes more sense, even though Randy doesn't necessarily make the most sense.
Yeah, I mean the Fatal 4 would be fine.
I know, but I just don't think you need Cody being champion headed into WrestleMania. Now maybe he wins it at WrestleMania, but
I don't know. I just think it will just. I just don't think the Cody thing's working.
And maybe this is what leads to a heel turn.
It's hard for me to say. I just don't think the Cody's just working. And I wanted to see Cody and Orton. I think that's an awesome match, but it would have been better just not to give the title to Drew then.
Now I do want to uh, tell you about something. I was listening to Sam Roberts on his podcast, and he was going through
Oh,
a
great.
scenario. I know, but I know you don't like Sam, but he said something really interesting.
I don't
And
like anyone.
and he was going through a scenario where Cody beats Drew on SmackDown, wins the title, and then it's Cody versus Orton at Mania. And that leads to one of the two turning. Like nobody's like there's going to be a turn coming out of WrestleMania if it's Cody versus Randy, whether it's Randy turn on Cody or Cody turn on Randy. One of the two.
That
That's what
makes
he
sense.
was pointing out is there's no way that they can go in both faces and come out both faces.
I wouldn't think so.
So he was kind of pointing out that if it's Cody versus Randy, then we're going to get somebody turning heel. Which one it is doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, it's fine, but it's all at the expense of Drew, though.
yeah, and he would have a pretty significant match against Jacob. But
Man, but you're champion. There's no more pay-per-views. Now you're getting lose your title on a SmackDown, and then go into a WrestleMania against Jacob Fatu. Like what a punch to the gut! And it this whole thing anyway is just a slap in the face of Drew because he had the whole contract where Cody couldn't get a rematch.
yeah, but I don't know if it's technically a rematch because
It's a
Cody
rematch.
did
He
he
hasn't wrestled since then.
yeah, but Cody hasn't demanded another match, so he's not getting a rematch. It's only
What?
it's because he pushed Aldis to the edge.
Who?
He pushed saying pushed Aldis was hard for me. He pushed Aldis to the edge by keeping interfering in these matches and
I
costing
would
Cody these
sue if I
matches.
was Drew.
So then Aldis he was forced. He
I'm
forced
suing.
his hand and stuff. So
No. You don't force your hand. That's how you get Claymored. Claymore, all this.
I don't know if they want him running to wrestle anymore.
Well, some people think it's going to lead to Drew versus
I'd love
Aldis.
that. I think that'd be really sick if they did that.
But I've seen that before.
That's
I
the
don't know.
benefit of having GMs that are former wrestlers.
It just bothers me that you had such a great thing here with Drew. I think to really build him up,
Mhm.
and you're just going to squash it right there for what?
Well, we don't
Cody?
know. That's just a heavy rumor. We don't know if that's actually going to happen. They could have Drew win, or they could have Jacob interfere, and then it's no contest. Drew retains,
They could.
and maybe that's where we go from there. I did see. I mean, we still don't know who the actual person that kicked Jacob's teeth out. Jacob says it's Drew, but Drew's denied it, and Drew really doesn't lie. His character is all about telling the truth. He's
Yeah, I don't
he's
know.
he's denied the fact that he was the one that did it. He's not the one who did it. So I think again, where my theory is coming into play, it's all gonna tie back to Sammy. They're really building this Sammy character where he's down in the dumps, he's depressed, he can't really get in the right headspace because he wants to be champion, but he can't win matches. And then Cody's telling him that he's not good enough, and
He's not.
I think this is all going to lead to a Sammy turn, which is why I think that Sammy was the one who took out Jay. It's going to be revealed.
I mean, that would make sense to me.
Just think about Jimmy finding out that Sammy was actually the one who turned on Jay and took him out. Just think about that interaction.
Hmm. I
The
agree. I think
heartbreak.
that'd be the
Sammy's not feeling very oozy anymore.
that would make sense to me. That would be Sammy because it doesn't make sense to be Jacob.
No, it makes no sense that it would be Jacob.
I think it'd be funny if it'd be Jimmy, but
Yeah, they're not going to do that again.
I don't know.
But I think this is all it's all going to tie back to Sammy. I think he was the one who took out Jacob. I think he was the one who took out Jay, but nobody suspects him because Sammy's been the good guy for so long. But he's finally reached his boiling point. He's going to realize that Kevin was right and Cody is the one who pushed him to that limit. I think
Yeah, I don't know.
it could work out pretty well.
I'm mad about Cody.
I know you are. You don't like Cody.
I don't want to see it again.
I don't think he's
It's
going to
not
win.
working.
I really do think Jacob's going to get an interfere and then it's going to be a no contest. I think that's going to how they're going to end it. Because if they make Drew lose clean, then what are we doing here?
What are we What are we doing? That's a good question. What are we doing? Because it doesn't seem like anyone else knows either.
Well,
So,
to get you
what are we doing?
to get you in a better mood since you're upset talking about Punk and Cody, why don't we talk about new champions in AEW? Trios champions with Okada, Kyle Fletcher, which is good for me in the Fool's Paradise. So I'll just say that. And then
Great.
double champ, by the way. And the other guy, Mark something, I forget his name.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis, yes.
Yeah, Don Callis' family.
Yes. And so they are the new trios champions, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. I like that. I think that's a good move for Fletcher, making him a double champ.
Yeah, it's fine. The trios titles do nothing for me.
Yeah, just cool matches and stuff. 6-man
It was
tags and
all
stuff.
it was to build up the MGF Heyman Page match. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I'm excited for. They always have good matches against each other.
Yeah, especially with the stipulation.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what those two do. But
Do you
yeah,
think Heyman's going to win
AEW
it?
is fine. Ah. I wouldn't think
Is the
so.
stipulation he can't challenge as long as MJF's the champ, or at all, like ever again?
I think at all,
Oof. Okay,
if I remember right.
that's a little intense
Yeah.
then. If it was just MJF, then it'd be fine. But I mean, they
Yeah, I
could go
don't
that
know.
route. I
It
mean,
just seemed...
Cody, they did that with Cody back in the day, where he put that own restriction on him.
No, that was Cody's
Yeah, he
fault.
put that own
Cody's
restriction on
a
himself where he
moron.
said he wasn't going to challenge for the title. So I mean, they've done it. They've set a precedent for it in the past, so they could do it again with Hangman. But
He's not the smartest guy in the world. So,
what they're probably going to end up doing is have Swerve challenge MJF at some point for the title after he gets done with this Omega feud.
well, he just took out Brody King
Oh, did
too.
he?
So it
Okay.
seems like he's going in that direction. But I mean, AEW does the same thing. It seems like it's just a retread of guys. MJF, Hangman,
Well, I mean,
Swerve.
their reach out of guys are pretty big main eventers.
That's fine, but like, you need to give me more. You gotta give me different matchups. It just keeps ending up being the same thing over and over.
They're building up Kyle Fletcher. That's a younger guy they're building up.
MJF and Hangman. If Hangman wins, then it's Hangman and Swerve. We saw that already.
So you're saying they need some new talent in there in the main event scene?
I'm just saying they need to shake up the main event scene a little bit. Let's get a couple new fresh faces up there.
They've taken Mox out of the main event scene for right now, so
They got like 50 wrestlers. Use one of them. That's always the same guys. Like seeing Brody King in there was nice.
yeah.
But he's not main event at pay per view.
And
That's
maybe you got Darby Allin in the main event scene a little bit.
Yeah, I don't really like Darby.
You just don't like how reckless he is.
Yeah, I think that's bad wrestling. I think that's just doing that to do it.
It's for clicks.
Anybody can do that.
Well, you got to land the right way.
I mean, I don't know that like the stuff Moxley does in there. Like that's just not my style.
You're not a
I'm
deathmatch
not a
guy.
fan of it. No, I hate death matches. No, but I guess that's not true. I like a good death match.
A responsible
if it
deathmatch.
if it makes sense in the story, I understand that. But when you're landing on a thing of nails and then or a bag of with nails on it gets stuck in your back.
Or what about that was
What
pretty
am I
brutal,
watching
yeah.
here?
What about the chopsticks that got stuck in his head? It was like a fan on top of his head. That was
It's just like what's really the point of that?
the gore, like the instant like shock from the crowd, like, oh, you can't believe he did it. Oh,
Like and it's the fact that Moxley mostly wrestles in those kind of matches.
yeah, that's what he does. Yeah,
Like
that's why he left WWE. They didn't let him do it.
If that happens every once in a while in a crazy match because it's a blood feud, I get it.
Well, that's a big difference between the two companies, between AEW and WWE. WWE will break that out when it means something, stuff like that. AEW does it more regularly, so it doesn't have as big of an impact. It still gets
But the
like
problem,
viral clicks and stuff.
but the problem is both ways. AEW does it too much, and they go too hard sometimes. And WWE brings it out every once in a while, which is fine. But then they don't go hard enough sometimes.
that Drew Punk Cell match was pretty good.
Like the last match Rollins and Punk had should have been gory.
Probably
You gotta have color in that kind of match.
some sort of dog
And
collar match or something. That would have been nice.
it's just something that lives up to that kind of feud.
Or a
That's
strap
what
match.
you need. But then when in like AEW, when you're doing every single feud you have, it's that kind of ends in that kind of
Yeah, every
thing.
single
It's just
feud they
like
have is a main event feud is a blood feud.
it's like I get it. Like the one with Storm and May made sense.
Yeah, they needed that. Yeah.
But like every single time I see anything, it's Moxley that's got a death match against somebody. It's like I get that's what you like to do, buddy, but like
That's what you like. That sounded really
just
condescending.
wrestle
That's what you like to do,
sometimes.
buddy.
Just wrestle sometimes. Why is it so hard?
Because he needs that adrenaline
That's what
factor.
Darby Allin
He's
bothers
the
me
modern day Mick
because
Foley. He needs that adrenaline factor.
it's like you're just doing stuff to do it, and it's like you're not really even wrestling anymore. You're just jumping through things, and like it's dumb. Like coffin drop's a cool move. I like it.
Yeah.
But then when you do it like the way he's done it, like on the steps, where he just lands
Oh,
straight on the
oh,
steps, or like going through the chairs,
brutal.
like it's just a step too bad for me. I'm just not a gore guy. I don't like it that much.
Yeah, you don't like gore in your movies anyway, so or TV shows.
It's just a little too much for
You're
me.
just not a gore guy. I enjoy it.
So now I like certain matches. Like one of my favorite matches is
JBL versus Eddie.
Vampiro. No,
No.
that was too much.
That
No,
is
I
a
like
little too much, even for me.
Vampiro,
That's insane. The amount of blood that was coming
Vampiro
out.
Pentagon.
Oh yeah, that's a good match.
Lucha.
Yeah.
Stermano match was great because it was a story though. Like some of these matches are just bloody brawls just to be bloody brawls. I want there to be a story involved in this fight, like the Maria Mace Tony Storm one. That made sense.
Yeah. They needed that kind
The
of
way
ending.
that way that whole story went, it made sense to do that kind of bloody like final match.
Hangman
But
Swerve, they needed that kind of ending. Although maybe the staple gun was a little bit too far.
yeah, and some of that stuff that they do too, like I just not. That's all my
I'll never
stuff.
forget Jim Cornette getting so upset about the needle.
I mean, yeah, like, does that make sense? No, I didn't think so, but whatever.
He went on like a
And
whole
that's
7 minute rant on his
I
podcast
know,
about that.
I know, and that's my thing too. Like, I don't knock people that like that kind of wrestling. It's just not what I. It's not what I enjoy. I just I'm in wrestling for the stories.
I love a good story too.
I, I love the matches, but a match with the story is always going to be higher in my book than just a crap match with two guys jumping around. You know, that's like one of my favorite matches is Shawn Undertaker. Great story.
Yep, great story.
Shawn Ric Flair. Great story. Those are the kind of matches I like. And yeah, some of those matches have blood and guts in them. That's fine.
Oh, it's a Ric Flair
But
match. Most likely it's gonna
but
have
I
blood.
also don't like want to just watch like Barbed Wire Massacre. Like,
That's a good name
do
for
we
like
really?
an indie pay per view or something. Barbed Wire Massacre.
Well, that was that TNA match they had. You remember that with Sabu and Abyss?
Oh right, where he throws him into the ropes, but it's just barbed wire and he goes
All
falls.
the ropes were barbed wire.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
pretty nasty.
disgusting.
Sabu was doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, you don't say.
Well, it was another very good week of wrestling. I thought this was one of the better weeks of wrestling we had in a while with the Roman Punk
Get off my
situation.
lawn. I feel right now.
You do sound like an old man yelling at the clouds.
I am an old man yelling at the clouds.
But it was a very good week of wrestling with the storylines going on in WWE and in AEW. And I liked the NXT show. I just, like I said, I thought the main event would let me down a little bit, but it was fine. It was whatever. But all in all, a pretty good
Yeah,
week. You have any final thoughts?
yeah. Raw was great. I thought it was good. I'm not excited for SmackDown, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I have no idea. I gotta think Jacob's getting interfered, or he's interfering in the match.
You hope so, but we didn't even talk about the saddest thing that happened this week,
What's the
and
saddest
that
thing?
was Rio breaking up.
Oh, right. Yeah, we had
That
on
was
Raw.
sad.
They had a segment where they were getting interviewed, and they decided to part ways so that Rhea could go do her singles thing. and but they're still friends. They're still lovers.
Hmm. I hope so.
I did see. Speaking of
Never
Rhea,
did.
I did see
Yeah.
just today. Buddy Murphy was on Twitch, and he Rhea had come home, and he stopped his stream and went to like show her to the chat. He's like, look who's here, and he twirled her around, and he said how sexy she is and all kinds of stuff. It was funny.
Oh goodness. Yeah, we'll see what. I'm kind of getting excited for her and the Jade feud because it seems
Yeah, they
like it's
got
getting
super hot on
personal.
Twitter. It was going crazy.
God, they were just there was no pictures involved. Don't worry, people.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Goodness.
It got super violent. Super.
What Twitter were you on?
It got super aggressive on Twitter.
Yeah, that was
Apparently,
interesting.
apparently the rumors coming after that is the locker room doesn't really like Jade that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching a video about Meltzer talking about it,
Oh jeez,
talking about
talk
how
about
it's a
old man
work,
yelling at
but
clouds.
it's a work, but it's real.
It's
I always
so
love.
it's not a work.
I always
So
love.
it's a shoot.
It's a. It's a work, but it's real. I always love that line from Meltzer when he
That
says
makes
stuff
no
like that.
sense. It's a
He's
contradiction.
like, it's a work, but they're using real life feelings.
So,
It's like
so
then
it's a
it's a
shoot
shoot.
then.
That's
That's
what
the
that
definition of a
means.
shoot.
But whatever.
It's a
I
work.
get what he's
It's a
talking
work, but
about.
it's real. Yeah, I understand. I
He's
hate that I understand it because
well because he was saying like, oh, because why would Chelsea Green or Piper Niven
they're backing
like
up their friend
bury
Rhea.
Jade? Yeah, but why would they bury? They're not going to just go on Twitter and bury Jade
I don't know.
right
Some
before
they can
WrestleMania.
be mean to her.
Like,
Sometimes the women can be mean.
I'm just saying, like they'd have to have permission to do that. They're not going to just do it
Maybe
to
they're getting
do
yelled at right now, but Triple H.
it. Maybe, but I don't know. So that's what he said at least. So who knows? I mean, whatever. It's building interest in the match.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
which is a match that has zero interest to begin with. Now
There
it's
there was a
got
bunch
some
of
at least.
there's a bunch of pictures of Charlotte versus Tiffany. They're saying how that's what's gonna happen on SmackDown with Rhea and Jade.
Yeah. So yeah, they're supposed to go face to face. So we'll see.
It's so weird the fact that Charlotte said that about Kaiser being in her DMs. That had to have been true because now they're broken up. Kaiser and Tiffany.
Maybe I don't know.
So Kaiser must have been in her DMs.
It's hard to tell what's true, what's not.
And now Tiffany's dating
I
some other guy who's got
well,
like her eye tattooed on his arm or something.
yeah, I saw that. Well, I think that was one thing too, where I don't know if Kaiser broke up with her or if she broke up
Yeah,
with
no,
him
we'll never know, I guess, unless they say it. But
because he was with somebody before she
yeah,
was with anyone
he's
else.
with some Spanish announcer girl or something,
Yeah.
reporter girl.
Well, he is,
That is
friends with El Grande.
he
So
is best friends.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Speaking of that, before we go, that the dynamic between the two El Grandes is so cool because in the States, original El Grande is the face,
Hmm.
but in Mexico, the other El Grande is the face. It's so cool the
Yeah.
dynamic between when they're
I
in
know,
Mexico
that's
and
pretty
AAA and
funny.
when they're in WWE.
Although I hated that interview he did, the AI interview.
Yeah.
That was just unnecessary, I thought.
Well, anything with AI is unnecessary.
But yeah, it works. It did its job. So
Let's just hope that before our next episode, we don't get cursed by Danhausen. That'd be pretty bad.
he'd only curse you, not me.
I know, I hope not. I mean, I'm a Danhausen supporter. I didn't know much about him in AEW. I heard of him. I've seen some segments with him, but I'm a fan. I'm a
I was
Danhausen
always
supporter.
I always loved Hookhausen when they teamed up together. That was hilarious.
You could just call me Loganhausen.
Yeah, let's not. He deserved to be cursed now for saying that.
I'd put him in the Hall of Fame.
Why not?
Coco Beware.
Coco. I was about to say Coco Beware.
That's because that's the,
Come on,
you
now.
always go to that one, so I always bring it up.
I can't help it. It annoys me. And yeah, the worst part is they didn't put Frankie in, and he was the better part of that show. Come on now.
Well, that has been another pretty good week of wrestling. If you guys have any comments down below, leave them down below in the comments section and tell us your thoughts and your feelings about maybe the Roman Punk promo or what you thought of Danhausen, if you're a fan of Danhausen, and just anything that has happened over the past week or so of across all of wrestling and stuff. And we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.